Okay, so this is part 3 of homework 8. In this part, the difference is that we only have one sensor, which is a car in the east and west direction. The change is that in the green east and west direction, we continue to stay in that direction as long as there's a car in the east and west direction. So again, we check the east and west direction sensor to go from state 0 to state 1, which is a green north-south to yellow north-south. And then when we get to green to east-west, we stay there until there's no longer a car there. So when car east-west equals 0, then we go to state 4. Okay, so we're going to check out how this is implemented in the code. So again, state 0, same. If there's a car in the east-west direction, go to the next state. Otherwise, stay in the state. The changes here, we have in state 3, if there's a car in the east-west direction, remain in state 3. Otherwise, if there's no car in the east-west direction, go ahead and go to state 4 in the next clock cycle. So let's go ahead and see this simulated and check it out. All right, I'm gonna have to put the phone down while I go ahead and drag these over. Okay. So let's see, one sec. Got the east-west sensor on top, clock reset, north-south light, east-west light, same as before. We're gonna go ahead and step through a couple times to see what happens. Okay, now let's go back and check out and see if we can identify what happened. Okay, here we have the north-south light, and the north-south light is green while the east-west is 0. And that remains after several clock cycles until east-west turns 1. So if we go to the next clock cycle after east-west turns 1, which is right here, we see that north-south is then cycled to yellow while east-west still red. Next clock cycle, north-south has become red while east-west is still red, so they're both red. And then next clock cycle, east-west becomes green while north-south is red. And typically it would change back as we saw in the part 1, but because the east-west sensor is still 1, meaning that there are still cars in the east-west direction, east-west is going to remain 1. So we're going to keep going. And then as soon as there are no more cars, east-west becomes 0 right here. The next rising clock edge, so now east-west is 0, and the next rising clock edge, we go ahead and go to the next state 4, which is east-west becoming yellow. And then next clock edge, finally, east-west becoming red. And then they're both red, and we actually move straight into the cycle again. So I might step through a couple more times. And just to show you all reset, right here we are in east-west green. So green, cars are coming, and then we hit a reset. And the reset takes it back to the initial state. So everything works perfectly.